What's up, everybody? Welcome back or welcome to It's Time to Talk CCG Astrology. So let's get into it. We have a new moon in Sagittarius in the ninth house. I personally love Sag energy. Sagittarius is a fire sign, all right, and it's all about expansion. It's all about free spirited energy, okay? It's all about going after what you want to go after, okay? It's like an arrow, the symbol of it, it's about like taking risks, going after it, traveling, expanding your worldview, all right? And so in the ninth house, this is about higher learning, higher education. This is ultimately speaking of a higher view as we're tapping into this new moon, because this is happening at the 28th degree. We'll be in Capricorn season in about 2 more days. So we're wrapping up Sagittarius season. It's been great. We needed the fire and the optimism, right? And I think this new moon in Sagittarius is actually inviting us into, over the next 2 weeks, be able to tap into more of this optimistic, higher expansion. There's opportunities here, right, to expand. So it's very huge. I think this is a huge opportunity right now with this new moon. I think it's a lot of people need it. I think things have been extremely intense with all the Scorpio energy, but as you can tell, we have no more energy in Scorpio. Lilith is literally just exited Scorpio energy into Sagittarius energy, and that's not to bad mouth Scorpio energy, but there was a lot of intensities and a lot of truths that had to be revealed throughout this Scorpio season for the collective. And I think that was because there were so many stelliums that were happening within Scorpio season. So now that we're in Sagittarius season, expect a lot of opportunities, expect a lot of optimism, expect a lot of blessings. Some people say luck, but it's blessings, whatever you think. But that's definitely the Sagittarius flare, and it's definitely this energy that's popping off right now. Now, another thing that's very important is this new moon is about revelations. So there's like revelations here. Okay, there's things that are like aha and like aha moments, because we have the asteroid Vardar, which is really close to this moon in the sun on the 19th of December, when this new moon is happening in Sagittarius. And Vardar is all about like light codes, like something being illuminated. So things are being like illuminated, but there's like this truth, because Sagittarius is all about truths. So over the next 2 weeks, I feel like with Sagittarius being such a spiritual sign and focused on higher expansion and truth seeking and free spiritedness, if you've been praying for things, if you literally, if you've been praying for things, your prayers could be answered. If you have literally just been like seeking higher education in some area and you have been wanting to hear certain news back, expect that over the next 2 weeks. But it's also this energy of where you maybe didn't know you needed to know something. Okay, that's very important to keep in mind, because we have Hecate and we have the asteroid galactic. We have the galactic center, conjunct. So it could be like on a collective level some type of truth, but in a positive way. It's something like, oh, I didn't know I needed to know that, or oh wow, I didn't know I could take that route, or like, oh, I didn't know I could do it like this. It's that type of energy that could definitely be presenting itself over the next 2 weeks for people. So keep that in mind. Now I want to get into this opposition to Gemini, and this is really, we have no asteroids there, we have no planets in Gemini currently, so there's really like no big emphasis on this opposition. But there is a keynote that you just want to be careful of any confusion. If you are feeling that you're confused, especially when we're speaking of like the realm of spirituality and higher learning and higher education and higher awareness, or if you're like trying to go deeper into a specific subject, be careful of confusion at this time. There's this energy of where you have to be able to discern like certain information that's coming toward you. Okay, you have to have a higher awareness of certain truths that may reveal themselves to you. You want to be careful of certain, like, let's say for instance you have been praying for something, okay? And then God is answering your prayers, you know, or the divine, or whoever you believe in, right, is answering your prayers. The Most High is answering your prayers. And you are confused because you maybe lack awareness, or you lack discernment, or you lack spiritual integrity, or like just the spiritual awareness to where you can miss your blessing. You can miss a prayer because you're confused somewhere, okay? Also, this is like an energy where be mindful of the messages coming towards you. You know, this could be from your siblings, this could be from your relatives, this could be from your community, this could be from your local environment with the third house, okay? This could show up in a very poetic form with Sappho there. But be mindful how messages can come towards you right now, or like prophecies, or like revelations, how they can reveal themselves at this time to you. Be mindful of it, because another example is like maybe you are wanting to travel, right, with the Sagittarius energy to Bali, you know, or to, you know, Brazil, wherever, over the next, maybe, you know, next year or so, because we're on our way to 2026, right? Depending on whenever you're watching this. But let's say you prayed about it, or you've been like, you know, researching it, or putting up funds, whatever the case is, and you know, someone comes up and they mention like, oh my God, did you hear about the carnival that's gonna happen in Brazil? You know, you want to take that as a sign. You know, you want to allow that to be a confirmation, right? Or, you know, you can miss it. You know, it's not necessarily a bad thing. You know, I think this is a very lighthearted new moon. Thank everything for that. But just keep in mind, like, catch every opportunity that's coming your way, catch every blessing. If you've been praying for things, if you have things on your goal list, if you have been working hard towards a certain test or goal, there could be a lot of revelations revealed around those subjects, or just a lot of truths that come towards you. So be open and aware and mindful of it. And it takes us deeper into this square to Pisces, right? And now we have the planet Saturn, which is all about mastery. Saturn is also a planet that tests you. So whenever we have Saturn involved, and this is a square, which is all about challenges, there are definitely tests involved. There's definitely, anytime I see Saturn and Neptune together, I feel like this is like a spiritual audit type of energy. So again, it's like back to what I was saying when it comes to being confused. It's like Saturn and Neptune have been doing this dance into Aries and Pisces since the beginning of this year. You know, it retrograded back into Pisces, and now it's direct going back into Aries, right? So as it's wrapping it up, it's like, what reality are you locking in to right now? You know, are you confused on where you're going? Do you know where you're going? You know, are your beliefs working for you? Are they not working for you? Are your philosophies working for you? Are they not working for you? Things should be expanding you. Sagittarius deals with free-spirited energy, right? So things should be expanding your spirit. You want to be careful if you find yourself in spaces where you feel confined on a spiritual level. You know, anybody who feels confused or confined on a spiritual level, tap into more of the archetype of a free-spirited energy. Okay, because that can really enlighten you to certain revelations in itself that you maybe need to adopt in order to free your spirit, literally. Because with this Saturn and Neptune and Pisces, there's a spiritual but yet personal philosophy that you must have at this time in order to expand to greater heights. Or he'd be very confused and spiritually misled or misguided or misinformed. And that's not a bad thing, because, you know, spirituality is something of very unseen nature, and you have to cultivate it. You have to figure out your own personal philosophy. If you need help with that, shameless plug, hit me up for a natal chart reading. We could definitely look at your Pisces placements. We can look at your water houses. We can look at your moon. You know, we can see what spirituality really should look and feel like for you, or what would, you know, even just point you into the right direction, give you awareness, right? But that takes me into this next square, the last square, to Virgo. with the asteroid. Chess is in the house asteroid. And this is where, you know, if you do find yourself in this state of where you feel limited, because a lot of people are expanding, right? This is a lighthearted energy ultimately, right? We're out of the darkness, and there's a lot of light here shining, and it's going to continue to do that, and it's going to continue to rain down on those people who have reached that, you know, that free-spirited Sagittarius energy right now. But if you do find that you're more confused and you're really trying to like figure out yourself, especially on a spiritual level, your beliefs aren't doing what they need to do to help you on the emotional level, or even practically, there's a need to fact check at this time, okay, with Virgo energy. There's a need to question your beliefs. There's a need to make sure that your spiritual views, like, look at them from a very practical lens and make sure that they are helping you to expand and ultimately tap into the Sagittarius free-spirited energy. Okay, that's ultimately the goal here. If you're aligning with that free-spirited energy and you're really feeling like, you know, expansive and optimistic, and things are lining up and you're getting all these messages and people are confirming things for you, and the things that you prayed about are actually manifesting, you know, you're in alignment, you know. And if you find that it's tough to align what you believe with what you're practically doing on a day-to-day basis, that's where you want to do that fact checking and make sure that you are making sure what you're doing on a day-to-day basis is purposeful and that it helps you to expand on a very spiritual level. It helps your spirit to expand and not feel confined, because Sagittarius deals with the spirit, and it's definitely a free-spirited energy, and it doesn't like confinement unless it's like purposeful. It's when it becomes mundane and it's not purposeful that it lacks meaning and purpose, and then you find this dullness and you don't feel that fiery Sagittarius energy. So that's the gist of it, guys. Very, very good energy. But ultimately, if you want to dive deeper into this, check out all the information below. I have some more videos I'm going to be posting on Patreon, so definitely join that because it's exclusive information that I'm posting. I've taken some time to really prepare these next videos and just the next information I'm going to be releasing. You know, I have a North Node in Sagittarius, so go figure. So without further ado, peace.